Hi. So, as promised, I'm starting my blog, and this is my first video. And I'd given three options, asking you all what you want to see. So, one of it was my life abroad or studying abroad. The second was um, coping up with depression and anxiety. And the third one was um, day-to-day life. So most of you said do all the three. So I was like, okay, I'll do all the three. But there were people who came up to me and they said that you should try on life abroad and then mix it up with the other topics. So I think I'm gonna do that. So this is a very introductory video about my life, how it has been ever since I've moved to Vancouver, and yeah, and how my journey was, how my first day was like. So I came here on 13th August 2018. I have a lot of school friends here, so I'm really glad that I was not alone when I came here, and I was already networking with a lot of students before coming here. So I knew people before the college started. Um, so my first day was very overwhelming. This is the first time that I've ever been away from my family. I was not even allowed to go over to sleepovers. So, yeah, this was a huge turn of events for me. Um, so, it all started when I found out that the master's degree that I was pursuing from IGNU, that is the Indira Gandhi um, Open University, won't be valid and won't be counted towards credentials if I am looking forward to doing my MPhil, which was my plan to do my postgrad, that is my master's in philosophy, um, through some foreign university. But uh, I got to know that the credentials won't be valid and they won't be counted. So I started doing my research, and I was not enjoying my master's, to be honest. So I decided to switch my paths, and I landed in marketing. And I never knew it, but I was always doing marketing ever since I was in school. I was organizing events, I was participating, and I was promoting events in my college when I was the president. Most of you know, I was organizing events, I was organizing seminars, I was handling the finances, I was trying to like make be the bridge between the faculty and the students. And I think that is where my marketing skills got polished. So then I was also working as a content writer. I did my internship in a content writing firm. I became a freelance content writer while I was doing my master's, and I was teaching students in my own private coaching. So, yeah, all in all, marketing was something that I was doing all this while, but I never knew that this skill is called marketing and I can use it to get employed and have a better life out of it. So, yes, this is how it started. This is how I and ended up in a course in marketing. Coming on to why I decided to come here to Vancouver, particularly. A, I have a lot of health issues. I cannot stand a lot of cold. I cannot stand a lot of heat. So Vancouver is the perfect place. It is near the sea, so it's moderate temperature. In Canada, it is like the best weather that you can find. And I chose Canada because this was the most feasible option for me, to be honest, with the funds that I had and everything. So I chose Douglas because A, it was near to transit. I did my research. B, I talked to a lot of friends. As I told you, a lot of my schoolmates, a lot of my college mates were already here. So I got nice reviews about Douglas College. And I took help um, from this abroad education consultancy named IDP. It's in Rajouri Garden in Delhi. So they were very helpful, and they have branches all over India. So if you guys need any help, I really recommend that you should go and talk to these guys. They're really nice and they know what they're doing. So yeah, this is how I landed for uh, Vancouver and Douglas College and marketing course. Um, then talking about my first day here, I was overwhelmed. I landed at around 1 a.m. in the middle of the night on 13th of August, and because this was the first time I was away from my family, I was away from my friends, and I was away from my dogs. So it was a new experience. I'd never been away, as I just said. So I had a lot to explore, and I did not sleep the whole night. I was crying. Top secret reveal. I was crying because I just did not know if what I'm doing is going to help me earn a better life and help me give a better life to my family and the cause that I work for, dogs. So yeah, this is what happened. And on the first day, when my friends were like, let's go, let's have a tour around, and you should see the college even before it starts. And they had some exam on that day, and I did not know anyone, so I just tagged along. And I went to college, and I remember the first bus ride. I was so nervous. Like, like these people were experts because they'd been here for so long, and they were like, this is the stop that's coming, this is the next stop. So after the stop, you're gonna get off, and you should know that before your stop is arriving, you have to, like, they have this wire thing which you need to pull. And I was like, and I was nodding in front of them, but in my head it was like, what if I forget? What if I go somewhere else? Like, I was literally scared, and I was overwhelmed, and my I was like filled up till here. Like, one thing happened and I would have just started crying. I was in that situation in that day. Then when I went to college, there is this cafeteria named, like, there's a very famous coffee house over here called Tim Hortons, and people love it. And apparently it is the most affordable one for the students like us who don't have a lot of money. And I see people knowing what they need, like literally they knew what they want, and they were so fluent with it. And I knew nothing. I was like, what will I have? And my friends were like, hey, we'll be back in like 2 hours, you just move around, look around, go through the library, go to the cafeteria and have fun, just explore. And I was scared to death. I was like, I cannot even order my food here. What will I do? How will I survive? This was my this was the question that was coming to my mind. And I remember I was talking to my mother on phone, and I was crying, and she was crying with me because this was the first time that I was away from her. And my dog was very sad. She was apparently not responding to a lot of people in that day. So everything was adding up, the overwhelmness of a new place, missing my family missing me and crying in front of me. So it was like adding on to the pile, one after the other, and I was just like, it was now that I look at it, it was a very pleasant experience. But like, at that point of time, had someone told me that, after a year you'll be all cool and you'll know your thing, what you're doing and what you want and how you want it, you will have a set plan, I would have laughed it off, because I was so scared. I was scared that I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't even know if I should be here, to be honest. So that was my first day. And then they took me to the ski side area near Douglas College. Those who've seen the area would know. Those who wouldn't, I'll add a picture so that you guys know. So they took me to the ski side area. It's a beautiful place with rivers, it's a harbor and everything. So I I felt a bit relaxed when I went there, but yes, the first few weeks were a nightmare. I repeat, the first few weeks were a nightmare. But today, on September 18th, 2019, after a year, I would say that it was all worth it. And within a year, I know where I want to be. I have a plan. It's not that scary anymore. It is scary because it's still like a dark tunnel and I'm just planning, but it's not that scary and it's worth everything. You'll have your share of problems, you'll have your share of opportunities, and you'll have your share of hardships, and you'll have your share of happiness and laughters. So I would just say that cherish all the laughter and opportunities that you get, and think of the challenges as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be when you're here, especially if you're coming here and you're nervous. I like in my family, I'm the first person who's studying abroad. I did everything on my own. I did my visa on my own. I did my passport on my own. I booked my tickets on my own. It those were like the steps of becoming an independent individual that I am today. So it's really important to learn who you are, to learn where you come from, and to learn how to combine those things together. There are a lot of things here which will make you feel lost, but at the same time, you should remember where you are from and why you are here. When it's clear in front of your mind, things become smoother, and I promise you that. And with this, I also promise to make another video next week telling you about the problems that like the semester system or maybe the part-time jobs and the problems that I faced emotionally because my health is not that good. So till then, just share, subscribe, and DM me more ideas that you want to hear about and you want me to share my experiences about. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.